That's his sacred cow. She's perfect. Don't dare talk about her. No, I don't. No, I don't.
Hello, sister friends. So good to see you. Welcome to Monday night's review, recap, discussion of the Sister Wives show that was Sunday night. I believe this was episode 5 that we'll talk about. Let me say hi to some people and we will jump right in. I'll have all of you know who jump in on our Wednesday night on my other channel, Reality TV Breakdown, as we're watching Revenge. I am in the final steps of editing an outro video for that. Looking forward to getting it finally all together. And then I'll work on creating a new intro and outro video for this channel for the Sister Wives stuff. All right. And if you haven't had a chance, I posted, what did I post? Oh, the bonus scene episodes. Today I posted the bonus scene episodes from episode 4. And in there, I also did a discussion about the cedar mine that's behind Cody and Robin's house. So if you're interested in that, go to the bonus scene episode. I just posted it today. It's bonus scenes from episode 4. Excuse me. And it naturally came up in conversation from some of the bonus scenes that they were showing us. And actually, a big part of it got stirred up from, well, no, because that was at the very end. At the end, I also talked about the fact that from when they closed on the house to from when the house went into, when they bought the house and it went into contingency, meaning they had to sell their house to buy that one. From that point until the point that they bought it, which was 2 months later, the price changed and it went up $100,000. So, excuse me, I probably should not have had dairy before going ahead. A grilled cheese sandwich. And let me tell you, grilled cheese sandwiches are underrated. I've not had a grilled cheese sandwich in probably, I don't know, 6 months, maybe more. So good. Okay. So, I talked a little bit about my hypothesis on why that happened too. So both those stories are included in the bonus scene episode, plus the bonus scenes that weren't shown in the actual show. Okay, got that out of the way. Let's say hello to some people. We have Scarlett's Web here. Hi, Scarlett. My Zoo for You, Lynn Skinner. Thank you for being here. Thank you for moderating. You are the best. Kathy, good to see you. And Kitty, who's been a member for 8 months. Yay! I can't see this one. Jane Morgan, there it is. Ladybat 48. Hey, people. I'll just do a few more that are here at the very top of the chit chat between people, and then I'll get going. We have Sarah Lewis chiming in from the UK. Rachel Saker, good to see you, Rachel. So sorry, that's horrible to get on a live stream and have like an unclear throat. We have Ladybat 48 and Pookie 1972. Where did I get 48? Oh, Ladybat was 48. Like, why did I want to say late 1948? Okay. DJ Tag is here. I hope I didn't miss any people from the very beginning, but I just shout out to a few people who were here right at the get-go, which really means they were all here before 7 o'clock. Nadine, good to see you. Okay, let's get going. Let's start talking about it. Hi, Aunt Dee Dee. And Amy's Dots. Lovely people. How nice of her to call us all lovely people. I like that. Hello, Connie. Okay. Where to begin on this episode? I've heard some people say that it was a boring episode. I didn't think so. I got angry. Oh, wait till you see my review. I was in a mood So I went and had my grilled cheese sandwich because I was hangry, and I should not record a video when I'm hangry because, I get worked up enough from watching Cody and Robin, but to do it on an empty stomach did not bode well. So I apologize in advance. I kept trying to reel it back in as I was going along. I'm like, everyone's going to turn this off if it's just angry Jenny. Maybe I'm coming down with something. Actually, I'm like 90% sure I have allergies. And I'm afraid I'm allergic to cats. So I think that's partly why I'm not even bothering to go find out what it is. Next time I go to my doctor, though, I should ask about like what general. I've taken like over-the-counter antihistamines and stuff for allergies. Nothing really works. So, Liz, hi. Okay. Let's start with an easy one because we can wipe it out of the way pretty quickly. And that's Mary in New York. Okay, that's it. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Potential spam. Oh, it's ringing on my computer. It's ringing on my watch. It's ringing on my phone. Let's get it together. If I turn one off, you should all understand. Come on, Apple, get it together. Okay, Cody is a tool, and boy, did he show it in this episode. Okay. So that was Mary in New York. It's nothing to say. Can watch maybe I'll have a clip or two when I do the editing, but probably not. Prior to going to New York, though, there was a conversation with Mary. Actually, there's a few things I missed putting in this video. I realized afterwards because I kind of skipped around. I'm like, oh, I remember this scene, and I'd skip past it and then forget. Like, Janelle had a good dig on Cody in this episode. She said, yeah, I used to be attracted to and she said the type, she mentioned two people. She didn't mention Gerard Butler, who's what she said was the one she was attracted to back a couple seasons ago when they were talking about who they were attracted, who's their like celebrity crush. She said Gerard Butler. I don't remember who she said this time, but I skipped over it. And I feel bad that I skipped over it. I didn't realize I skipped over it. I just thought, oh, all this stuff in North Carolina, I'll just say a couple sentences about it. She came out and said, yes, I'm attracted to this type and this type, naming people that she's attracted to. She goes, but, I ended up marrying Cody. It was so good for me to miss out on putting it in my review. I don't know. Maybe I'll still cut it out. Maybe I'll still make a video of it, cut it out, and then just put a little title caption saying, almost forgot this great zinger, and then just include it in the middle of it. Maybe I'll do that because, boy, he's not even Gerard Butler, and I'm not even a big fan of Gerard Butler in terms of appearance, but I can see how there's a similarity between Gerard Butler and Cody. I don't remember who the other two guys are that she mentioned. I should probably catch up on the chat and maybe people are like, Jenny, it was this person and that person. I want to say at least one of them, I didn't know who it was. Like I recognize both names. Oh, Sam Elliott. Okay. Sam Elliott. So he has she mentioned something about liking his voice. I don't know who Sam Elliott is. I should look him up and see what he looks like. Janelle's type. Sam Elliott. I don't listen to much music. Oh, he's a silver fox. Yeah. You know who he looks like? He looks like Jeff Foxworthy. Like an older Jeff. This is what Jeff Foxworthy is going to look like when he becomes old. Okay, I can see it. He's a good looking guy. All right. Very different from Gerard Butler, though. This is a whole different look completely. And he's a singer. So what you're saying, he's a great voice. Oh, I like this. That is attractive too. It really is. Humor, attractive. Good singing voice, attractive. Those are two things that I find really attractive in guys. And guys who think they're funny and try to make jokes and then laugh at them themselves when they're not funny, opposite of attractive. And that's what we have in this episode here in season 20, episode 5. Cody making jokes that aren't funny. I should just say saying things. He doesn't even get enough credit to say he was making jokes. He was saying words that he thought were funny and were not. Oh, his accent. Oh, yeah, that's the third thing. Okay, Steph. Yeah, I got to add that. I got to add that. Oh, a sexy accent. Yes. Yes. I'm trying to think if there's an accent that I don't like, and I don't think so. I think every accent is sexy. hmm Which is really funny because that's an evolution for me. As a child growing up, I'd never thought, well, I should add growing up, not as a little kid, but like when I started being attracted to people, if somebody had an accent, I was instantly turned off because in my simpleton little brain and mind, I thought they can't speak English that well. I don't think I went through this whole process, but I believe my overall feeling was they're just not that smart. And intelligence is attractive to me as well. Isn't that terrible to think? They're speaking a second language. How could I think they're not that intelligent? It makes no sense, but I'm admitting it. Like, all right, we all have faults and we all grow up and learn and are better. And now I've gone completely 180 and I'm like, ooh, listen to that accent. All right. He's an actor. Okay. He looks like an actor. British. He looks British. He must be British. Oh, the Big Lip. I've heard of that. I haven't seen it. So there you go. Oh, he was the brother in Stars. Okay. It's been so long since I've seen that movie. I don't remember the brother. Oh, and Godiva says that my brother's a dead ringer for Sam Elliott. You should suggest a trip. Is he single? Godiva, do tell. Yes. If he's interested in Janelle, you start showing him footage now. And if he's at all interested, you make it happen. Oh, that's her type too. Oh, yes. Okay. His voice, listen to this. Okay. His speaking voice, not his. Okay. Got it. I'm following along now. I'm following along. Who was the other one besides Sam Elliott? Everyone's like loving Sam Elliott and his accent in the chat here. Like, yeah. He has an Australian accent? Or are you just saying you like Australian accents? Somebody said no Southern. Somebody said British. Oh, I don't know. I mean, it doesn't really matter. He's from Texas. He's a Texas accent? He's on Family Guy. I see, I don't watch Family Guy that much. It's on in the house. My husband watches it every now and then. So, but I walk by and kind of catch it in passing. Okay. I'm gonna have to start paying attention now. Who was the other guy? It was Sam Elliott and somebody else. So somebody write that in the chat. I'm really curious. Not sure, huh? Oh, he has a drawl. So he has a Southern accent. He doesn't have a foreign accent. Okay, I'm attracted to foreign accents. Although I kind of like a Southern accent too, now that you mention it. Yeah. All right. I like a Southern accent, like a Texas Southern accent. There's sort of that, I don't know where it comes from, but there's that Southern accent that kind of sounds, well, gay for a better word, but yeah, it's a little too effeminate. And I don't find that attractive. Because I like a man's man. I like a cowboy. Because I am a woman and I don't know any better. I just see a good looking guy on a horse that's a cowboy and I think I want to marry him. According to Cody Brown. Okay. 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 I'm not seeing anything else about the other guy. Who? Oh, Javier. It was a Javier because I remember thinking, ooh, that name sounds attractive. It was Javier something. I do not find Javier attractive. What was it? Javier. Robert Reynolds no longer available. Yeah. Javier something is the other guy. Yes. Javier who? Oh, Bardem. There you go. Mama Squirrel knows. She's on top of it. Bardam. Well, he looks completely different. Oh, wait, I think I've seen him in something that I really liked. Yeah, he's played, I don't remember what it was. It was, oh, wait, is he? He looks very different in this Variety interview. If it's not who, if it's who I think it was, he. No, he's probably not. He's not, because it would show up right away. There was a whole series that I saw that somebody who looked like him. Oh, he married Penelope Cruz. Okay, and is still married to Penelope Cruz. Okay, he looks familiar. He looks more like Gerard Butler and more like Cody. I mean, he's way better looking than Cody, but I mean, in terms of just facial structure, like, I get it. But yeah, good looking guy. Good looking guy. Okay. Some people don't think so. I think so. Okay. So we have Mary out of the way, except for at the beginning, I found it interesting her having Jen help her practice being mean to Cody, which is just an indication that Mary is still in love with Cody. You think she'd be over him by this time. And especially because since she's left him, Jen has stopped biting her tongue. She's like, all right, well, she's gone. He's gone. And she's gone from the relationship. So I'm going to start speaking my piece. I mean, Jen's a good friend. She bit her tongue for a while. I mean, I think she was dropping hints around along the way. But Jen is not one to mince words, really. And so now she's letting it fly. And I'm here for it. I am all about Jen setting Mary straight. It's going to take more than therapy and Jen, I think. I think it might just take time in addition to that. We need a good therapist, Jen, and time. But it was funny. I thought Jen was funny in it. She made me smile. I mean, not laugh out loud funny, but like she made me smile when I was watching it. Mary made me a little frustrated, honestly, to be honest, if I'm just being honest with you all. I'm like, really? Are we still doing this? Like, how many years has it been? You've been away from him for 2 years now. And we're still talking about you being able to speak to his face. And I put this in my video. You'll see it in my video, but you all get the exclusive now. Mary's very confused. Mary's very confused on what being bitchy means because her reason for not telling Cody what she thinks and feels is because she doesn't want to be bitchy. She cannot separate bitchy from speaking your truth. I don't know why. This seems like this is something that should have been covered in therapy already by now, but apparently it hasn't been. So she needs to learn that you got to get Cody out of your head. And when a woman speaks up and shares her opinions and her thoughts, that's not her being bitchy if you don't agree with them. That's you just not agreeing with them. You need to get over yourself, Cody Brown. But I think he has her convinced after all these years of calling her bitchy that anytime she says anything that's oppositional or antagonistic or opposite of, even in love, he's going to then turn around and call her bitchy. I say, who cares if you are bitchy? You need to get what's yours. And if that's what it takes to get Cody to move, you got to do at this point. It's been 2 years. Like, resort to being bitchy at this point. It's not my recommendation in general in life on how to succeed. But, after 2 years of trying to get your money out of something and he's still dragging his feet, go to plan C. That's what I say. Oh, I like this, Mama Celeste. New Sister Wives spinoff called The Cutting Room Floor. Yes, what I would do to see all the footage that they didn't want aired. And out of courtesy, they agreed not to show it. Now, we know that they're showing a lot more now than they used to because they got rid of Puddle Monkey King Monkey. Where is he? Here he is. Gibbons. I still call the production company Puddle Monkey. Okay. But it's not enough. And my goodness, they now have 15 years. 15 years of footage on this family. Can you imagine the stuff? And I honestly believe, I don't think, well, I suppose you'd want to get Janelle's approval. But I don't think it would be disparaging at all to now, 2 years after the fact. I mean, in reality TV time, it's only been a year and a half, but it's been over 2 years since Garrison passed. I think it would not be disparaging to him to show the footage of Cody and him the year leading up to that. I think that they just didn't want to inflame everything. And but you know what? Time has gone on. Let bygones be bygones. Let's see the truth now. I think if Garrison were looking down from heaven, he'd be giving the green light to show everything. It just seems like it's Garrison. I feel like Garrison would say, even if I look bad, even if I did something dumb or said something stupid, go ahead and show it. Go ahead and show it all. That's what I think. Thanks, Erica. I like it this way too, but it rarely stays this way because my forehead is too short. And so it always is falling in my face. But somehow it worked out today. So it's random when it decides to cooperate. But the majority of the time, it's in my face. And I hate to keep being the one that keeps pushing it out because I don't like the feeling of it hanging down in front of my face. I couldn't do the Mary strand that just hangs down in front of your glasses. And I couldn't do it. So I just clip it back I clip it back a decent amount in my own life too, because I don't want it getting in my face. So I should say, but for the live stream for sure, because I don't want to annoy you guys always touching it. But it was staying back today. So I was like, oh, good. You behaved. I mean, if I put like any degree of effort into it, I could probably make it look like this every day, but it's not a priority in my life. My appearance is just not, no. Maybe someday. All right. Right now I'm working on diet and exercise. That's my focus. That's my focus. So you can't focus on everything or take up your whole day. Okay. All right. Hi, Sarah. Glad you're here. Moving on. We're going to talk a lot about this, so we might as well just jump right in. Wait, I have another note on the side that I added. Okay, let's go here first. It'll be sort of a transition to get there. So they were talking about the property and the fact that Christine signed hers away to Cody. She didn't really sign hers away. She signed something to remove her name from it. There would have been another step involved to add other names. I didn't address that in my video. In hindsight, I wish I would have. I agreed with Mary that Christine done them wrong. And Christine admits, she said it, I think it was last episode. If not, it was the one before. Christine admits she done them wrong. She said, I should have saw to it that Mary, Cody, well, Cody's name was on it already, and so was Robin. So she should have saw to it that when she removed her name, that Janelle and Mary got added to it. That would have been the right thing to do. I mean, there's no way at that point in time Cody was going to divide it up 4 equal ways because he was still saying after Christine left, he was going to have 5 parcels. You know, the other one's an investment or maybe his man cave parcel. Well, he would have one if there were 4. So yeah, it was going to be an investment piece. It's the best way to sell the land is to divide it up. But yet for 7 years, he couldn't figure out how to do that or didn't do it. He's the biggest lazy ass there is out there. There's things he wants to accomplish. He needs a personal assistant, is what he needs. I'd like to see him blow his money on that too. He would actually accomplish something in life. Could you imagine living with this man who starts projects and never finishes them, who talks about things he wants to do but never does them, who says he's going to do things but then doesn't, but then randomly will initiate something that involves a move and make everybody follow suit? They followed him like lemmings, right off the edge of a cliff, because he could never accomplish anything else. They knew he didn't have half a brain in his head. They knew that he didn't follow through with things. They know he didn't do his due diligence in terms of research on stuff. He didn't have much information to ever give them about it. It was just like, well, let me just take you on a road trip there, and I'm going to take you one at a time so I can schmooze you. And you can see it as like a mini little vacation with me. So you'll say yes at the end because I'll be really nice to you while I'm there. Okay. So I did say when I made my review that I'm on Mary's side. I have to now kind of recant and just say half and half, because I am understanding the fact that it's not like Christine gave it to Cody. Cody's name, or Robin. Cody and Robin were on Christine's piece of property. Their names were on it because Cody's an idiot. And he's selfish. That's what he is. More than an idiot. In this situation, he's selfish. Gave himself his name on all of them and then gave Robin the second most amount. Nah. Kathy, this is a really good point. And I didn't address this in my videos either. Oink said that he created jealousy by putting Moo in the house. I mean, partly because, continue, Cody, it's showing favoritism. It's showing that you care for her more than the others. It's showing that you're willing to give more money to her than you are the others. It's showing that you love her more than you love the others. It's showing that you want to make sure she is a kept woman, but you don't care about the others. Kept woman. I can't believe you said that. Oh, she's kept. Well kept. Why did she need to have a even she, when she was walking around it, was surprised. She's like, are you serious about this house? Like, really? You really want us to get this 5-bedroom house? Really, Cody? I mean, she was tickled pink, don't get me wrong, but I don't know. Maybe it was all for the camera. Maybe she was acting like, I don't know. I don't think I deserve this. At any rate, no. The answer is no, Robin. You don't need the house. You don't deserve the house. And Cody's a fool, and you're following him. Follow the bouncing fool. So he had to make sure she was okay, but he didn't have to make sure any of the other wives were okay or any of the other wives were happy. Now, Mary, she was quite happy. She got a mansion too for just her, one person, and he never went to see her. She had some of his stuff in there in the hopes and prayers that he would someday eventually come over. But as she said, over the last year or so, anytime he would come to visit, because he didn't see her as a wife, but he would come to visit because, she's such a nag and she keeps calling me to replace light bulbs and stuff. So when he would go over there, he would take with him a box of stuff each time and slowly emptied out her house so that she didn't have any signs of Cody left. Yeah, there was no discussion when she moved to Parowan about him saying, oh, this is some of my stuff. Do you mind if I keep this? Or, oh, did you want to take this? This is just, no. Nope. Although he did ask for that blanket back, didn't he? I'm glad that she cut it up. I bet he wanted it intact as it was. And then he was going to have somebody else like adjust it or like maybe stitch over some of the boxes, another fabric that had something to do with Robin. I don't know. I don't think you're going to be able to reuse it again because by the time you cut them all out, they're going to be so much shorter. Oh, they took all the stitching out, didn't they? Yeah, they might be able to use it again. All right. Anyway, thinking out loud here, thinking out loud. It was a little rough on Christine. I'm just preparing you in this video, but way worse on Robin and Cody. So you Christine lovers, just I'm giving you a warning. I can't remember why, but I do remember pointing out it's true that she should have saw to it that the other two wives replaced her name, not that hers was just removed and that it automatically, because she had to have known by default, it now just has Cody's and Robin's name on it. And Cody's name is on everything, and Robin's name is on the majority of it. As it was, she had the majority. And if Christine removes her name from this large parcel, that gives Robin a huge portion of it that she didn't do it. So on the flip side, she just wanted out of there. And there's no way that could have happened without an argument. So she did it. She did what was best for her, which I guess some could say is great in that situation because she gave to Cody so much. But I think she needs to do what's best for her in relation to her and Cody, not in relation to everything in the world, like making out with your new boyfriend in front of your kids when they don't like it. But that's what's best for me. You know, like she went through a selfish phase, hands down. I think she's coming out on the other side of it now. I think she is. Because she's happy. She's finally content with David. So she's starting to get over it. The first year she was married to him, she was still, I don't want to say she wasn't over Cody, because she was over Cody. But she wanted to continue to throw some daggers here and there. But she's moved on. All right. So that's in the past. It is what it is. The little Christmas tree. Wait, I'm going to look here in the chat just to see if there's anything else that you guys bring up. Oh, somebody saw my Buc-ee's. I was scrolling really fast. I saw, yeah, there's Nicole. Buc-ee's. I know. There's a Buc-ee's in Kentucky, just outside of, it's only an hour and a half from Nashville, Tennessee. So I fuel up right before I get into town when I go to visit my daughter. Okay. Okay, Amy, that's so interesting because I took it completely different. I thought Robin was truly embarrassed. I think Robin planned the whole thing out. They were going to decorate another tree. She bought another tree because you have to have a new one, right? So she buys another tree. She screws it up. She gets one that's the wrong size. And I got the feeling that she was like trying to figure out how to cover for it. And then in the couch interview, Cody throws her under the bus. He's like, I'm not normally the one that does all I'm not the organizer of the family. That's Robin. So, you know, the tree we got because of this little lady over here. It's really, I feel like he was throwing her under the bus. In that scene, I'm switching the banners right now because we have to do 3 because we have so many people that are supporters. Moving on to our big supporters now. So that was my interpretation of it because I don't think Robin is cool enough to agree to do something that shows that she's even slightly incompetent in some way. And that shows a level of incompetence. That shows that she stayed up and she was online shopping until 3 a.m. And then I thought, oh, I got to get this tree. I better do Amazon next day delivery. It's tomorrow. And she was all groggy eyed, maybe a glass of wine or 2. I don't know. Allegedly. I don't know. We've never seen her have any alcohol, but then I believe that was in their marital contract that she couldn't while the kids were on the show, and the kids are all over 21 now. So, or at least all over 18. Brianna might be 20. So I don't think that's an issue anymore now that they're adults. Oh yes, she had wine. Didn't she have wine when we were at the dinner? I got to get back to the comments. Oh, my nose tickles. Let me see. I think she was drinking wine at the dinner. I think now that the kids are over 18, she can do whatever she wants. And it's no longer part of the situation. I think she just screwed up because she's not organized and she's not prepared. And they were like, "Can you guys come up with another scene?" So at the last minute, she's like, "This is what we could do," but then realized that she didn't have the tree to decorate. And so, yep, online shopped and got the wrong size. And listen, have we all been there? Have we all ordered the wrong size of something? Yes, I ordered the wrong size storm stripping. I don't know. It's stuff to put in the window. I have the one room up here on the second floor gets extra hot in the summer, so I have a standstill air conditioner to keep it cool. And it's the stuff to kind of stick in the window. Anyway, I don't know what happened, but I ended up getting this really skinny stuff. But I think I could still use it like in the side tracks of the windows, so I kept it. But yeah, we order things. But the beauty is this was for camera. I mean, that's when you kind of double check and make sure, especially if you're waiting to the last minute to get something. She didn't even bother to open up the box and make sure everything was right inside of it. So it clearly just came. I mean, face it, it was a Valentine's Day and Ari's makeup stand thing arrived that day. She waits to the very last minute to do everything. She's just like Cody. Oh my gosh, those two. Can you believe? What would it be like to live in that house? My word. So she has this little tree, and then she just randomly throws out, "Well, I have another tree." Okay. If that were true, I think that she would go get it. And so Cody kind of played it off like, "Oh, but we have so much stuff. You don't know where it is in the garage, right?" Lies. Lies. I don't believe that for a second. I do not think she had a second tree to put in there. She just said that because she wanted to cover for it. Like, "Oh, but I've got another one that would go here." Now, like, we're not so poor that we have to buy a little small tree and it was a mistake. We have big trees. Yes, we have another big tree somewhere. You know how big the boxes are for Christmas trees? Our Christmas trees just, I don't know, 8 feet maybe. It's a huge box that it comes in, a huge box. So if they had another big tree, she would have noticed the box during the process of moving in and out at some point. And one would think, again, this is the Brown family, but one would think that you would label everything that is Christmas, 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 Christmas. So there's that too. Yeah. Speaking of the garage, let's go there. Wait, before I do that, so I don't forget, let me go ahead and do the shout outs to the big supporters and SOS exclusive supporters. That way I don't have to do it the next time my alarm goes off when I switch it to the next group. Okay, so the big supporters for the channel, we have 3 tiers, by the way, if you're interested. No one's obligated to do it by any means. But if you have the means and you want to support the channel, you can become a member of the channel. We have the Keep the Lights On level, which essentially is a way of saying, here's a couple dollars each month. Thank you for the videos. They entertain me, and use this towards your channel. And that benefits me greatly. So I appreciate that if you do that. And then you get with it icons of how long you've been a member, and also access to certain emojis that we've created. People give me ideas and then I create it on Canva. And so we have a Pants on Fire one for Robin. We have a clown with 2 curls that come down out of the front of his head, along with the bozo stuff on the side. Off the top of my head, we have Robin we have a cow with a Robin face, and we have a pig with a Cody face. We have some fun ones. Yes, we have some fun ones. We have, Rob'em. We have a robber with a big R on the shirt for Robin. I put the R on there. And now I think about it, it also represents robber. I should put RB for Robin Brown on the shirt. Fun ones. Oh, look, there. We have people putting them in the chat. Thank you, Lynn. If I click on it, though, it shows up on the screen as Mishmash, which is what it looks like on my screen, too, because I'm looking at it through StreamYard. I hope that someday they do that upgrade where they can read emojis that aren't standard emojis, that they can read them as pictures and put them in. That'd be nice. So yes, lots of good emojis. And then the big supporter level, they get some stuff earlier than other people do. They also participate in some community challenges, of which I haven't put a community poll up in a very long time. My apologies. I should catch up on that. And then the exclusive SOS supporters get the live watch with me on Sunday nights, of which we're doing stuff on Wednesday too. But the Wednesday was just because I don't know. We'll see how long we keep up on the Wednesday. We were doing the Wednesday, which was kind of going through what McKelty was saying about all the episodes to glean any information that we can from her. Because sometimes she just rambles and talks and you get additional information that's not necessarily related to that episode. So we've been doing that on Wednesday nights. But the show came back on. So now that I think about it, I should stop the Wednesday night things, but I don't know. We'll see. I'm right on the brink of we're doing too much because I've got five streams that I have to set up every week, and then 5 thumbnails to make every week, and then 5 times that I have to be here for a couple hours every week between this channel and the other channel, reality TV breakdown. So we'll see. Anyway. Oh, what's up? Oh, really? Yeah? You want more? You have more to tell me? Want to come up here? You want to say hi to my sister friends? Okay. This is Chubbs. Chubbs was a stray. We got him, and the place said that he was 4 years old, but vet said he was closer to 8, which means he was probably 10. So he's probably about 13 right now. Huh, buddy? Yeah, you're a good boy. Yeah, I know. Oh, you're looking for Cosette? You have to go find her. Maybe she's playing hide and go seek. Maybe she's playing hide and go seek. Is our house too small for hide and go seek? Do we need to buy a mansion? You think? Okay. All right. And then the exclusive SOS supporters also get early access to the videos. Most of them. Some of the smaller videos I just post for everybody. And sometimes I'll just do all the members, everybody, all 3 levels of membership. If it's like one of the other videos, like a bonus scene or special forces or something like that, sometimes I'll just have everybody. So just as a special treat. But definitely all my review videos go to the exclusive SOS supporters. And big supporters first. And so let me read them. Our big supporters are Kitty 1838, Leslie Reddick, Becky S., April S., Darlene Hall, Carol, Deborah Sabella, Barbara D. Jack, Liz S., Alwyn the Mini Chef, Mary, J. Shanty 3, Linda W., Aaliyah, Crafty Florida Lady, Shaniqua Smith, Lynn Skinner, and Knit My Bit. And our exclusive SOS supporters are Steph Stevens. I don't know what country you're from, but I know I'm going to slaughter your name, and let me apologize in advance. Edel or Edel Sodal Peterson. My apologies if I slaughtered it. Leanna Allen, Gracie Canakaris. Yep, Canakaris. I'm your Huckleberry. Alyssa 1704, Laura Gruber, Patricia, Anesthetic Life, Star Wills, Heather Green, Shanna Banana, Pam's Crafty Heart, Yankee Ghost, S. Cassie, Tracy's Fractured History and More, Kimberly Beckstead, Kendra MP, Lavender Vanilla, S.L. Wynn, SoCali Surfer, Jane Morgan, Oceanborn, Lisa Chino, Amanda Scott, Joni C., Karita 30, Little Miss, Linda Merman, Lisa Gaska, Holly Jones, Joni C615, Anonymous, Sharon, Echo Gilman, Christine Werhope, Lean, Birdie K, Living an Eclectic Life, Cindy Gregory, Laura McWilliams, Dee Dee, Steamfrog99, Pinky Tusk, J. Lou, Jennifer Harmon, Carol Annie D, Marie Lingham, Evie, Stacy G, Karen Perk, Skillful Virgo, Shotzi's Peace, Marcia Cooper, Diane Almeida, Farron, That's My Shoe, Amy D, Libby Sher, Lindsay B, Lisa, Sochitel Almario, Carla Colson, Alexandria Swan, Rain Lady, Sarah Lewis, Marie Crabb, Waldo's mom, Lisa F., Danny Towns, Ms. Lita, Ladybird's mom, Donna Redmond, Jessica Denham, and Caitlin. Thank you all for supporting the channel. Okay, so, DJ Ted became a member. That just popped up here. First of all, we have Kathy, 13 months of being a member, and DJ Tag, new member. Okay. So now, okay, so we're talking about the Christmas stuff. Leading from Christmas into, let's just take a look at the house and the garage. So they're in clearly a garage because you see a big double garage door on the one side. But remember, it's like a 6-car garage with an ability to pull in an entire camper because it's high enough on the one side and it has an apartment, a bathroom and a kitchen and a bedroom. So in another one of the garage, just watch everybody. They're not going to have garage space for their cars. They're going to have to park them all outside in the winter again with the snow. It's going to be outside because they're going to have so much crap in their garages. They never had room in their garages at the old place. I know Mary had another side garage. Boy, Mary had it good. I don't know if they had another side garage or not. I can't picture it right now. But now, isn't it a 6-car garage? 6-car garage. I bet they park outside. So we'll just watch and see. So one garage, double garage, just so you know, it's like 2 garages in one, big double door, is the one that they're in for this scene. Now, if you look closely, everything in there is in a really hard plastic case, or it's a different form of a toolbox, or it's a type of tool or equipment that's in there. This is clearly Cody's garage, because he has to have his own garage. And we also see the picture of Garrison in there. You know, Robin's not going to have that in her side of the garage. This is clearly all Cody's stuff. So she's trying to make everyone believe that the reason that there's so much stuff is because he used to have 4 times the amount of stuff, and then the wives left, and now he's got all this stuff. To which I said in my review video, how very selfish of him. He's got 3/4 of his clothes that he can donate to a shelter, to a Goodwill, to a Salvation Army, to neighbors, to anything. No, he's keeping it all. He's keeping 4 times the amount of stuff he needs because the stuff he kept at Robin's house was probably well more than he needed to even begin with. But now he has 4 times the amount. And I guarantee you, if I were Mary, that none of those containers had 1 shirt or sock or shoe in them. They were all industrial heavy, carry heavy equipment, carry nuts, bolts, tools, things that are heavy. That's what they all were. Those were very heavy. They're not the kind of things that you would pack clothes in. You put clothes in boxes because then you throw the boxes away after you bring the clothes over and stick them in the closet. You wouldn't put clothes in those big heavy containers. What are you going to do with all of them after the clothes go into the closet? That would be stupid. I mean, they're stupid, but they're not. I mean, I'm truly believing everything in this garage was just a tool that Cody saw at one point and had to have. He saw it on a TikTok, probably follows tool building stuff, even though he doesn't build anything, but he sees that, or if he finds that he needs a special tool to do something, he just goes and gets it. and then saves it. And then 3 years later, he needs that tool again, but he didn't know where it is, so he buys another one. I think that's what this garage contained. It looked like there was like kind of a wet vac or something in there at one point. I saw like some of that kind of equipment too. Maybe not a wet vac. Maybe it was more like a generator or something. Um, but yeah, so the story didn't match the picture. And it becomes an outright lie because obviously she knew what room they filmed in when she said, the reason why there's so much stuff here is because Cody has 4 times the amount of clothes and shoes. That's what she said, clothes and shoes. Mm-mm. No clothes, no shoes in that whole garage. So now I'd like to see the next garage that apparently has all these extra clothes and shoes that are in it. And then I'd like to see the next one and the next one and the next one. Which one has the doll collection? That's what I want to know. Do tell. Okay, I'm going to jump on the chat. Maddie said if Robin's lips are moving, then you know she's lying. Yeah. I mean, it holds true, doesn't it, on this scene? Nadine, I forgot about her. How could you forget about the dolls? Oh, gosh. Yeah. So nice try. I think Cody may have co-signed that too and said something along the same line. But I'm like, you think we're stupid? Clearly, they think we're stupid. They really do. They really think that they're going to say that and pull, okay, oh, we'll just tell people it's this. They'll never know. I wasn't born yesterday. No way. There were clothes in those heavy bins. No way. I thought Christians don't lie. Well, she doesn't consider herself a Christian. Talks about God all the time. Says she prays all the time. But she specifically said that her girl, or well, Aurora, is not going to live a life of polygamy. She found her own religion, her own Christian religion, as if no, it wasn't even a Christian religion. She said she found her own religion as a Christian or something like that. The way she phrased it, she made it seem like, oh, Aurora's choosing to be a Christian. That's different from what we've done growing up. I don't understand what they did because I thought they followed the same Bible that the Christians do. But, it's Robin. She's just talking. I have a feeling Dayton is with his dad. I've heard that from a bunch of people, Kitty, and I hope so. I also heard he's in Texas, but I don't think the dad is. I think the dad is still up in Montana. I never remember it's Montana or Washington because they kind of go to both those areas. I think it's Montana. Okay. Oh, we can talk about this one, Mimiel. Cody claiming he never touched Robin before marriage. Pull my other leg at Place Jingle Bells. He's got balls, that's all I can say. To just outright lie and think that we are all buying what he's selling is shocking to me. Absolutely shocking. They say he lives on social media and he's aware of everything that's being said, but how can he and then say stuff like this after we just like lambasted him last year about the whole hypocrisy of claiming that he and all his wives were all virgins when they got married, with the exception of Robin. She wasn't even a virgin when she got married the first time, so she certainly wasn't the second time. And it astounds me that we can call him out on the fact that he says he's chase, teaches his kids, you gotta be chased. And then all giddy like says, I had a relation. I had sex with somebody before I got married. What? I mean, the depth of the betrayal and the lie, because of how many years it lasted, and because he married them under false pretense, claiming he was something he wasn't. Some people, they wouldn't care at all, but I think in their faith, that's a big deal. And then I had a third point. And if it comes back, I'll share it with you. At any rate, the nerve the man has, that we went through all that, called him out, and then now he will circle back and say that he and Robin didn't do anything until they were married. We saw them making out before they were married on camera. And then everybody saw the very intimate engagement photos, which were before the making out session. Like, you don't do that with somebody you're not really close to. And he wants us to believe that 8 months after that, he married Robin, and that's when they started having relations. For 8 months, he was with her. He was going to visit her every weekend. That's what Christine says in her book. He pawned it off as like every other weekend. Sometimes she came up to see us. And then Christine's like, he went to see her every weekend. I mean, she did come up sometimes too, but then she would see him. And I think Christine made it very clear that wherever Cody was, Robin was. Wherever Robin was, Cody was. And that's how it was with the camera too. Christine was so mad, even moving her in. That's how lazy Cozy is. Cozy. That's how lazy Cody is. That the person he is pining after, the person who he's all horny for, he won't even bother to move her in until the cameras arrive. And then he shows up. That's it. Or until Robin arrives. Because Robin wasn't always there. So I guess he came with Robin wherever she was. So I guess he had to go down to St. George with Robin, just the two of them, to continue to get more loads of stuff while everyone else unpacked and set up her new little home there in Lehi, Utah. Yeah. And nothing ever happened between them. Right. The man who's had 3 wives and the woman who knows how many people she slept with. And the man who has 3 wives had all kinds of relations before that too. Like, there's no way these two didn't do anything. Seriously. Pee on my leg and tell me it's raining. That's right. Where's Judge Judy when you need her? Roll the truth clip. There you go. No, she doesn't live her faith. Well, she's certainly not living it now, because polygamy is part of it. But if it's supposed to be based off the Christian doctrine and philosophy, she doesn't exemplify, or look like she's even attempting to achieve. Listen, there's a lot of Christians out there who really have a tough time, but they do love Jesus and they're trying to do their best. Like, I've said it on this channel many times before. The church is really more of a hospital than it is. It's not supposed to be for the best and the most pious and the people who have it all together. First of all, they don't even exist. But if they think they are that, then they have other issues they need to work through. Those are the people you need to kick out of the church. The church is supposed to be a place of comfort and openness and accepting of everybody and leading everyone to Christ. That's the purpose behind it all. And in doing that, you want to become a better person. And so the Bible is basically just a guidebook on how to have a successful life. I mean, really, if you go back and you really analyze it, the diet, the things they ate in there too, those diets have now been proven to be the best kind of diets you could be on for your overall health. Like, we knew about it 2,000 years ago, but people aren't bothering to. There were no processed foods, that's for sure. But yeah, so now you can follow the Daniel diet, and there's all these other diets that are based off of things in the Bible, and things that can make you sick are things in the Bible that says you shouldn't eat. Not even as part of a diet, but like you shouldn't be eating bottom-dwelling fish or something like that. And those are the ones that have more toxins in them, and they can make you sick. And it's interesting. Why did we get on this subject? I can't remember how we got there. Oh, just the fact that she claims to be, I guess, A woman of faith. She doesn't use the word Christian. A woman of faith. I guess we just need to question her at some point and say, what faith? Because it can't be it can be the AUB. Now I keep correcting myself. I'm just having a conversation with myself here, people. Technically, it can be. There are people that are in the AUB faith that don't have multiple wives. Either they can't get multiple wives, or their wife is not permitting them to get another wife. So we've seen both of those on the show. We've seen Nathan, whose first wife left, and then that was the end of that. So he just has the one wife now. And we've seen the younger couple that we only saw once. And I don't know, it was probably early on. I want to say like around season 5-ish, where there was this young couple and they were talking to them. And he was saying how he's interested in living the principle. And his wife is sitting next to him going, I don't know. Not there yet. I doubt she ever gets there. Who's going to get there? I'll tell you who gets there. Somebody who regrets their decision to marry the person they did, but they're too nervous to get out of it, either based on their religion or they just think, it's simple. I'm not really interested in another guy. I would just live by myself. Men are too much work. So she might stay just for sake of, but find yourself another wife because I'm done with you. It's that kind of person. Or somebody who's hiding. I always said this about Leon. Then Mariah would say on the show, was the only one who would outright say, I want to have sister wives. I want to have sister wives. I mean, it seems pretty obvious now why, right? Because she wanted to spend as little time as possible with that man. I get it. So there's going to be a decent amount of that in there too. How much wives hooking up together? How many lesbian relationships do you think there are in the AUB? Never really thought of it until now, but I bet there are. There must be. Huh. Depending on the husband, he'd probably be all for it. All righty. Again, we're off track. So, Lynn, I wasn't soaking on, I don't really know what it is, but I feel like it was on that Mormon Wives. I don't know what it's called. I watched only one episode of it and I'm like, I can't do this show. The Many Lives of Mormon Wives or something. Anyway, the young girls that are all married. I think somebody said that it was on that show where they first heard about it. There's all kinds of crazy stuff. Amish have crazy things that go on too. Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. There you go. Thank you, Kathy. Ew, 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 Mama Squirrel. Ew, ew. I probably should just look up these clips because I'm not interested in watching that whole series. I mean, like if I had more time on my hands, maybe, but like I got to pick and choose. I got to make decisions. My decision was one episode out. I think my daughter watches it. Okay. So we covered a little Christmas tree. We covered Mary, talking about me. We covered Mary in New York. All right. So now we cover Christine and the property. Basically the things that are left are, we covered the garage of crap. So what we have left really is sort of the whole Brody scene, which was a significant portion of the show. Brody. Listen, I'm going to say right up front, I think Brody seems like he's a nice kid. He didn't do or say anything offensive. He wasn't awkward and weird. He was shy. It was clear that he was shy and he was uncomfortable. Who would not be uncomfortable around Cody Brown? Especially if anytime you meet the parents of somebody, it creates anxiety in anybody. So he's going to be nervous. about that whole situation. And to top it off, it's Cody and Robin. She's kind of weird in her own way, but she can carry on a conversation ish. Cody, words, just random words. And this poor kid is trying to keep up and figure out what the hell he's saying. Like, I felt for Brody. I'm like, he didn't do anything wrong. He does make Aurora look even more awkward, though, because I think he's a little bit more down to earth and human, if you will. But yeah, he's in a bad situation. And to boot, he's got cameras and he knows it's getting blasted to the world. So all things considered, the kid held his own. So hats off to Brody. The beauty of Brody is that he actually, when Cody would say confusing things, didn't try to pull a Cody and talk through it and just can't say. He would look at him like, what are you saying? He didn't buy into. He did laugh a little bit at Cody's jokes, but I think in that situation, anybody would, to just kind of break the tension and not create additional tension. Because if you know the father of the girl that you are dating and you're meeting kind of for the first time in this kind, I mean, they've met before, but like spending time together, doing an experience. Drink. What was I starting to say? I got so excited about drinking. At any rate, okay, so he did not give Cody the time of day. He did not indulge Cody in this bro manhood, bro buddy thing that Cody was trying to stir up. And then Cody shifts it, and that's when he becomes, I'm going to be protective daddy now to my 22-year-old who wants to have a boyfriend. Bizarre. Come on. And that's what also made me realize just how socially inadequate and inept this whole family is, because they think it's okay to put and stream out to the world that this is like, they think this is a normal activity. And I mean, in fairness, they cut over to Christine at Maddie's house, and Christine is like creating a let's all singing around. And she's like all hyped up and trying to get people to do, no, now you need to do that. You know, they never singing around. The minute this voices started, it was clear this is not a choir. Like, they're not a 19 kids and counting or whatever. Somehow all these huge Christian families tend to have amazing voices and musical ability and can play 10 instruments. Like I don't know how that happens, but that gene pool didn't make it into the Brown family. It was rough. It was really rough. So that whole scene really bothered me. Because I said when I was recording it, like, they could just have a camera in the corner for the entire weekend, and we can just get little clips of conversations from different people. And I would sit there and watch 20 minutes of that any day, 30 minutes of that. More than happy to watch it. Let me switch my banner again. But instead, they decide to cut to Christine taking over and all of a sudden saying, this is what we're going to do. She was overstepping her bounds because she made the whole thing feel awkward. I just want to go, Christine, step off. If I were back in the 90s. So, okay. So I have to say, in fairness, Christine created an awkward situation as well. But before Christine got there, like in the last episode, it was so sweet and lovely. And they're just standing around and yelling timber when the tree comes down. It was just normal. We're being normal people here. And that was really kind of nice too. When they were decorating the tree, there was that. Christine was there for that. And there was that. But yeah, this whole let's all sing jingle bells or deck the halls or whatever it was in a round. And clearly nobody even understood what a round was. It was rough. It was rough to watch, and I was embarrassed for Christine. I was kind of embarrassed for everybody in the room because it felt like they were all embarrassed. I know Janelle was embarrassed, that's for sure. But yeah, we could have cut that out. She could have had a seat and let Janelle just take over. They could have just all walked. If they would have just filmed each one of them saying their favorite Christmas memory, loved it. I would have loved it. Some people would call that boring. I prefer boring over awkward. The singing thing, not my jam. Okay. Yeah, the cannonball conversation too. I didn't even address it in my video. So when you watch my review, it's as if it didn't even happen because I'm like, come on, people. Next. All right. So Brody gets a tip of the hat from me for holding his own with Cody, not giving in to him and trying to like also buddy up to him because you know that's what Cody wants. He wants another bro friend. Bro friend. And this guy is kind of like, no. So there's a chance that Aurora might get able to get pulled out of this deep hole of seeing life through the fishbowl of the Brown family. There's a chance. I think Dayton's probably well more socially adjusted, and he has autism than Aurora is. Brianna, unsure. I haven't seen her in a while. She was kind of awkward last season, but I think that's just her. I think it's just her mannerisms. I don't think it is as much her social part as much as it's just her incredibly expressive face. She should get into theater. Okay. So what else? Oh, shoot, I just had a thought that came to my mind too. Dang. The 3, maybe more, off the top of my head, I can think of 3 times that Cody had to try to pretend like he wanted to have sex with Robin in front of his children made me want to vomit. And quite frankly, Robin kept dismissing him as much as Brody did, actually more. She was just like, yeah, is it? No, it's not mistletoe, you know? Anybody who's even slightly into somebody, like if my husband's like, hey, here's some mistletoe, I'm like, well, I guess we should kiss, right? She was like, it's not mistletoe. Therefore, I don't have to kiss you. It's mistletoe. It's mistletoe. He said it like 3 times too. Gosh, ridiculous. He just, his pawing after her in that. And I put this in the video. I'll say that here again too. The fact that Cody says, and Robin cosigns, that when Cody sees people being romantic, he wants to be romantic. We're very confused about vocabulary here, people. We need to define some words and go back to our word of the day calendar. Maybe go back to a middle school level one, maybe earlier than that, because we're using words that are well above the fact that we don't even understand what romance is. Pawing at somebody in front of other people and talking about how you like to get it on when you get home from a long trip. Not romantic. Not in front of other people. Maybe in the privacy of your own home. And you say, hey, when I get home from a trip, I just get so excited to see you. And I just want to jump you. All right. Nobody else is around. To do this in front of all the kids and to do it on national television is just grossness. And it just shows his insatiable sex drive, which is so sick to say. But could you imagine? Can you imagine him being like that around you all the time? And the fact that he has such a distorted perception of intimacy and romance, that he thinks intimacy, romance equals sex. That's what he thinks. That's just it. Like he doesn't understand. Like, no, I'd like intimacy and romance to get myself to want to have sex with you. Like, a little foreplay, people. And it starts with cleaning the bathroom when you got home from work today, unexpectedly, without being asked. Foreplay, 100%. Telling you. So, but Cody doesn't understand this. He might understand that because that's a task. It's like a thing he could check off his list. Like, he doesn't know how to emote feelings. Maybe he doesn't have any. I don't know. He doesn't know how to share, I was going to say deep thoughts, but like, I just don't think he's deep. Like, he's got so many flaws that you're left with just this animalistic lump of grossness, greasy curly grossness. That's what it is. And go at him, Robin. You win. It's been a competition for you this entire time. She's been competing with the other wives since before she even said, I do. Yep. Hi, Janet, and welcome. Thanks for becoming a member. Grossness. Where were we? Cody, grossness, greasy hair, curly. Okay. That really disturbed me that kept coming up, that same theme of, one, just the jealousy of it all. And I mean, maybe he was jealous of Brody. Or I don't think he was, I should say, maybe no, I didn't mean that. Maybe he was jealous of Aurora having some cowboy time. Allegedly. Maybe, I said. I don't know. No idea. Thank you, Tracy. I like it when you're in my lives. Whoops, comments. Come back. There we go. But I think he's just also jealous to see two people looking at each other in love. And so he tries to translate it into, I want to have sex with you. His 4 teeth sticking out. He just doesn't get it. Like, there's a fuse missing that burned out, or I don't know, something's off. He just doesn't get it. So he's trying to emulate it in a gross and disgusting way. They were actually looking at each other lovingly. We haven't talked about how awkward and weird Aurora was in the scene leading up to this, but when they were together, she didn't speak as much, and they were kind of cute together, the two of them. And I think Cody was so jealous because Robin doesn't look at him affectionately like that. I mean, let's face it, he doesn't look at Robin like that either. He just looks at Robin like, hubba, hubba. That's his term. Okay, so we covered that grossness. Leading up to that, or I guess we can continue on since we're still here. The conversation that he then had, you can tell this was spur of the moment because it was the whole pocket knife thing. So he had to acquiesce and bow down to the cowboy in that the cowboy had a knife, had his pocket knife. Cody didn't have his pocket knife on him. What kind of man are you, Cody? So he didn't have a knife, so he asked if Brody had one. And then Brody says, I gave it to Aurora. Aurora's like, I've got it. He's like, oh. And he gave some sort of man compliment to Brody at that time. I can't remember what it was. You're the man or something along that line. And he then goes on, and I found it endearing that the setup to how she ended up with the knife. I thought that was really sweet. I thought it was actually nice. And then Robin's like, oh, that's sweet. And she's like doing things. And I'm like, that's like a normal moment that I actually agree with Robin. The fact that she told him, listen, I've got kind of crazy parents and they're really overprotective and they're very nervous and they're blah, 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 blah. I don't know if you watch Sister Wives, but if not, be prepared. They're Cody and Robin Brown. And if you haven't watched the show, don't do a Google search because I know you'll leave me. So he after hearing that from her, gives her this pocket knife as a gift and says she can keep it. It's his knife, something he's giving her. Anytime when you're dating and you get something of somebody else's, it's a value to them, and they're like, "I want you to have this." That's see, this is what Cody doesn't get. That's a meaningful gift. You don't have to go and spend $30,000 on a piece of jewelry or $30,000 on a piece of ugly art or, to impress. He just doesn't get it. It's short. There's a short in the circuit up there. So, here's an example for Cody to see of what's next. So Cody has to try to, challenge him on it because I think he was threatened. Oh gosh, that was a nice thing. Wish I would have thought of something like that at some point in my life. So he starts to challenge him now on, well, let's talk about that now. Because, again, he used the line for her, here's a knife to protect yourself. You can even use it to protect yourself against me if you feel like you need to use it, which I thought was cute. Like, if I misbehave, stab me. That's how much I guarantee you. I prefer not to be stabbed. You're going to be okay with me. I thought it was nice, personally. Others might disagree. I don't know. I haven't watched other content creator stuff yet. It's still early. I just recorded my thing today. Cody trying to turn it into, I'm like, he couldn't ask a normal question. I can't even remember the sequence of the words he put together to say, like, what should she do to protect herself against you? He didn't like say a normal sentence though, like, why would she need to protect herself against you? Of which he could say she wouldn't. That's why I gave it to her. It's sort of a joke, Cody. I know you're not getting it, but like, it wasn't a normal sentence. It was odd and weird. And he said something that Brody looked at him in confusion. So Brody reiterates the story he just told everybody again, because that's why, it's kind of like, what, well, how would you have her protect herself against you? It was like that. How would you have her protect herself against you? I don't know. I just gave her a knife. I can come back with an Uzi if you like. What more do you want? I don't understand. So, according to Aurora in the couch interview afterwards, she finally figured out, because she was not following her father either, stepfather. She was not following him either. And he, and so she said, I finally realized he's talking about intimacy between the two of us. And Brody's just talking about, I don't know, I can protect her. I have a knife too. Like, I remember one point he's like, she's got a knife and I got a knife. I got another knife. I just don't have it on me today. Yeah. And he wasn't getting Cody. He was looking at him like Cody had 3 heads, which, I get. It made no sense. And I just wish, like, I said in the video, I wish he was saying it to me, because I know Cody so well that I could just be like, you make no sense. What are you asking me? Ask it in clear English with the proper grammar and syntax that I can understand. But no. And then he asked it again. Cody asked it again. So for the 3rd time, Brody tells the same story. He used different words. He tried to change it up a little bit, but you could tell Brody had nothing else to add to the story. He's kind of like, dude, what more do you want? Gave your daughter a weapon. It's not good enough? I don't get it. She's like, yeah, Brody wasn't getting it. He's like trained in martial arts and he carries knives on him all the time. He's thinking he's fine. He can protect me. How can I protect you against me? Like, I don't understand. And I don't even completely understand. Is Cody trying to say how is she going to say no to you if you are inappropriate? Is that what he's saying? I don't even know. And then he tries to cover it up at the very end by saying, well, when you're in a relationship, once you become vulnerable with somebody, you're going to get hurt. Somebody gets hurt. Or there's a potential, unless it ends in marriage, I suppose. still get hurt. Nevertheless, the idea being if the relationship breaks up, you'll be hurt. So how do you protect her against that? Well, you don't. That's called life, Cody. He's trying, he's pulling a Robin right here, really. He's probably heard this from her and he's just repeating it because she's not saying boo this entire time. She's like, like she had a crush on Brody, just like she used to with Logan and Hunter. So he allegedly, it appeared based on her behavior. So anyway, she's being awkwardly very, very silent. She doesn't look shy. She just looks silent, like she's holding her tongue and she won't talk because the cameras are on. So what I think. All right. So at this point, Cody's going on about, your heart's going to be broken and all that. I just want to slap him and go, oh, yeah, welcome to life. Are we really trying to protect Aurora from ever having any pain whatsoever? This is not going to end well. Let me tell you. We live in a sinful world. It's not good. Bad things happen. And feelings get hurt all the time. So apparently she didn't have her feelings hurt the last time she dated somebody 4 years ago. Cody saying, this is what I do with all the young men. All the what? She's the oldest. Nobody else has dated anybody. Dayton's not in any relationship. He hasn't been around for years anyway. And little one there, I don't know what's going on with her, but I'm guessing this is the only one. And they came out and said she's only dated a couple guys here and there. She had one relationship in high school. That's a minimum of 4 years before because she's 22. So like if it was her end of her senior year, it would be 4 years ago. Anything before that would be 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago. So who are all these guys he's talking about that he's talking to? Because she didn't bring a random guy that she just happened to go on a date with home to Cody. Or if she did, that's why it's been 4 years since she's gotten into another relationship. And this is somebody that she possibly met through her church because he is also Christian because they're praying about their relationship. So they probably were able to have many interactions, times together, on the worship team, in youth group, whatever it is, through the church where Cody's not there. I mean, that must be their solace. She's going to become the strongest Christian in the world, quite frankly. She's going to live at that church. Cody is not there. He won't go to that church. Actually, they're kind of brilliant now that I think about it. So she obviously had an opportunity to get to know this kid, and he got an opportunity to get to know her. Sans, as Cody would say, Cody's appearance in any of it. So now the awkward scene. This will be the last thing we talk about. I'm gonna go at 8:45 because I've just been not getting into my next thing at 9 o'clock on time. And I want to get into that on time because it starts at 9 o'clock, Seeking Sister Wives. We watch it together live on Reality TV Breakdown. Go to any one of my videos. There's always a link under every single video that goes to Reality TV Breakdown. It's also on the main page of my YouTube that you can click if you're interested in watching Seeking Sister Wives together. So I need to get out of here at 8:45 to get in there by 9. The conversation that okay, I just got a reminder on my screen. Seeking Sister Wives. I know. I just told everybody. The conversation in the garage when she appeared. Again, it all started completely scripted. You could tell that this conversation about babies and grandkids and all that was something they were going to have because they were like, oh, look at these things. Why do we have these here? Well, maybe I should save them and put them with my grandchildren pile. And why she has a grandchildren pile, she doesn't even have anybody who is in a serious relationship. But she had a grandchildren pile, which is very interesting because there's not one grandchild that she is welcoming. Tony and McKelty, the ones that she loves so dearly, she bonded with McKelty, couldn't go and see them before they moved to California, to North Carolina. And I don't know how long it was before that, but whenever that was, that they saw them before they moved to North Carolina, whether it be 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, or a year, that was the last time they saw them. Cody and Robin have not gone to North Carolina at all to see any of the grandkids, nor have they contacted them on social media or like through Zoom or anything to have conversations. No attempt to connect. You cannot pry me away from this grandbaby that is coming in March if you tried. I freaking bought a townhome in the same city. They tell you guys, we will literally have 3 months of no mortgage payments. This house is paid off this month. And then we have November, December, January, and February. 4 months. And it all starts up again. But that's what you do for your grandkids, right? Yes. Bought a down home so I can go down there and be close to this child. If not, it would have just been a lot of driving and I'd be missing you guys a lot. I literally was thinking about you. I'm not joking. I am not joking when I say I am not going to be able to go a whole month without holding and smelling that cute little baby. But it's a full day's drive there and back. And I kind of turn it into 4 days of driving because I go down to Columbus and I visit with my daughter and her husband there. And then from there, I continue on the rest of the way. So it's not really like a full day drive. The second's only about 5.5 hours from there. But nevertheless, if you just consolidated it, it's at least 2 full days drive, 8 hours each way to get down there. And I thought, that's a lot of days that I'm going to be missing live streaming and a lot of days that I'm going to be missing editing. Can't edit while I drive. Can't do much of anything while I drive. I should try to mount my phone, record myself. No, it would be terrible. It would be terrible. I won't. But to think that they couldn't make it up to see their grandkids and their kids, mind you, McKelty, one of the only ones that they got along with, they couldn't take the time to get there before they moved across the country over 2,000 miles away. Couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. Losers, Robin and Cody, losers. It makes you realize, just as Maddie said, and as you guys all put in the chat, if Robin's mouth is moving, she's lying. All this, how much she's so close and she needed to be there when they were born and she feels so, they're such a big part of her and McKelty's a big part of her heart and it's like her own daughter. Is that how you treat your own daughter? I want Brianna to become rebellious. That's what I want. Great. Maybe she is. Maybe that's why she's not on the show. Because quite frankly, how much Brianna have we seen this season? Almost nothing. We saw her last episode. The whole time. Cody's trying to engage her and ask her questions. And she's like, I don't know. So she might be rebelling now already. And so they're just kind of keeping her out of things. We'll focus on Aurora. Dayton went astray. Well, we kicked him out. Allegedly. I don't know. Don't know where. Dayton, contact me. 10% battery left in my watch. Oh, shoot. I didn't get close to my 6,700 steps. I got a lot of walking in place to do. I'll be listening to some other Sister Wives videos this evening after Seeking Sister Wives because I've got at least 3,000. I'm supposed to be getting closer. It's actually 6,000. I'm supposed to be doing 13,000 steps a day. Okay. Okay. Let me take a look at the chat. So that whole interaction again, when she came into the garage, bizarre and weird. And she was like acting like he wanted to know if I was going to be his girlfriend. What? Who are you? How old are you? Stop. This is ridiculous. Why is she acting like that? And Cody acting like a little girl who just got her first My Little Pony. He's just like red, beaming, excited, gives her a big hug. he tries to ask a question or two at first. Does he treat you well? No, that's a sentence that makes sense. He didn't say, does he treat you well? He used other words. Nevertheless, that's what he meant. And Robin literally started off with, that was her look. Looking up over her eyes with her lips pierced, like she's angry. I don't know. Cody College, Cody Drama 101, once again. Remedial, because it's so bad. Ridiculous. And maybe that's why, I don't know, maybe Aurora was trying to act like she was asking for permission, but she wouldn't. But why would you give into that? Unless you're just so emotionally squanched, I can't think of the word I'm trying to think of, but like smashed down in life that you don't realize that it makes you look bad to act like you're 16, 13, 12 years old. Because that's really what it looks like. It looks like a young kid asking for permission. And the giddiness of Robin and Cody is acting like she's 11 years old too. Because if you have an 11-year-old that said, Bobby at school today asked me to be his girlfriend, you'd be like, "Aw, that's so sweet. Aw, that's so cute. You hear that?" I mean, it would be like, that's how you act. Because it's just, aw, it's a little innocent. Isn't that sweet? Is he a good friend of yours? Does he treat you nice? You want to be his girlfriend? Okay. All right. That's what the scene was. Do that when somebody's in high school, and you certainly don't do it after they graduated from college. So bizarre. And the thought that any of them thought this was a good idea to put out on film for the world to see makes you realize how emotionally inept they are, and or how dumb they are. I don't know. Maybe a little bit of both. Maybe a lot of both. I don't know. But bizarre. And in my review, I even said TLC done them wrong. Like, that was kind of vicious of them to put that on tape. They look horrible. Like, it's ridiculous. It was a ridiculous scene. Ugh. Okay. I'm sorry. I got ramped up again. I think I pretty much covered everything. The Brody I knew was going to be a big part, but all the little, other than that, North Carolina in general, it was nice. It was nice. It was good to have a palate. I'm so sorry. I don't even have the fan on today. Why does this happen at night? I should really go to a doctor. It just tickles, which I think is a sign of allergies. Because there's nothing's coming out. It just tickles. What was I going to say? Again, was this the fourth time? I need to get myself like a memory drink. Do they have some sort of memory drink that's good for cognition? I should probably look into it. All right. In fairness, I sit here for hours at a time and really just talk to myself. So I can pause and then read and then respond to that. But generally speaking, all right. Season 2 is out of House of David. I told you guys about that, didn't I? So funny. House of David is based on David in the Bible. And the one story that most people know about is David and Goliath. You don't even have to be a Christian to know about David and Goliath. David, little boy, beats Goliath, the big giant man. So I'm watching it, and it's really good. And everyone I talked to said it's very soundly based in the Bible. Obviously, you have to fill in pieces and parts, but generally speaking, it's very biblically based. So I'm like, oh, this is great. I love to, rather than just read, watch a movie and learn, refresh my story about David. It's been a long time since I've read the Old Testament. So I was watching it and totally engaged in it, kind of like The Chosen. Like, it's captivating. So I'm watching it and enjoying it, and each night watching another. It was a long time ago it was released. I wasn't watching it for the longest time, and then people kept recommending it, so finally I started. So every night, that's how I was getting my steps in. On the side of my bed, I had my little laptop, and I had it pulled up, and I'm walking in place, watching my House of David. And then I went to do it one day, and I thought it dropped on Sundays. I wasn't sure when it dropped because I was so far behind anyway. It didn't matter. There were always some in there. And I'm like, wait, I thought, am I caught up? And then I realized I'm like, huh, I guess the giant did go down in the last episode. It's probably the end of season 1. Dang it. It was so good. I love when I share with you guys how dumb I am too. Like, it just goes to show you I don't feel like I'm superior to people by any means. Well, Cody, I do. Maybe I should get over my my sense of that. Okay. Have you tried mushroom thingies like the coffee substitute and or lion's mane? I have heard about lion's mane. My girlfriend takes lion's mane. She has it in like an eyedropper. She keeps in the refrigerator. I should ask her about it. All right, Zyrtec, Allegra, Claritin, Daily. Oh. But also check with your doctor. Yeah, I should. Next time I have to go. My doctor won't prescribe my, I always want to say human growth hormones. Ever since I started watching Sister Wives, this bell's going to go off in any minute. Because of Cody, I have... I have human growth hormones stuck in my head all the time that when I want to say hormone replacement therapy, because they're 3 words and they all have, there's the HGH and then HRT, right? Hormone. Yeah, HRT, hormone replacement therapy. Anyway, so now I get them confused. Thanks to Sister Wives, I literally needed to make another appointment, and I'm like, can I do a virtual appointment? I just need a prescription. I just need to have a gynecologist because my gynecologist is like an overall big umbrella women's health doctor now who does a bunch of other stuff, and I don't need to bother her. She said you only have to come every 3 years, but she won't give me a prescription if I don't have an appointment. But she's not doing online appointments right now. So, is there some way that I can get in? And I told the person on the phone that I need somebody to prescribe my human growth hormone. I'm a dingo. Anyway, my primary care physician won't prescribe it for me. So now I'm not motivated to go see her at all anymore. I got to find another one. Somebody I like better. Somebody who's not quite so old. She's probably retiring any minute anyway. All right. It is 1:45. My alarm is going to go off any second here. This was a lot of fun. It wasn't a bad episode, right? There was a lot of stuff to talk about anyway. I mean, it depends on what you call good and bad. Like getting really, really frustrated to some people would call it a bad episode. To other people, just boring and watching paint dry is bad. To me, the boring watch paint dry is more bad because as a content creator, I like to have something to talk about. And we had plenty to talk about here today. So in that regard, it was a good episode. On the flip side, Cody continues to be Cody. I didn't even mention this. It's in my video though. I'll go into a deep dive of it. But did everybody catch how he went out and threw a dig at McKelty, Madison, Aspen, Mitch, Caleb, and Tony? Did you catch it? I was shocked. He didn't use the word vetting this time. What did he say? He's more discriminatory, maybe? He discriminates more. He's more discriminatory, or he discriminates more now with the guys that the girls are bringing home. He didn't do that with Mitch and Caleb and Tony. He completely, if he had any hope of rekindling a relationship with them, and I don't think his and Aspen's is that bad. Oh, it is now. You're going to diss her husband like that, which insults her too because she chose him? That was a shock. That really was the shocker of the whole episode. I can't believe I forgot about it. I was just trying for memory to recall everything that happened. And this is what I came up with, everything we've talked about. But oh my gosh. He's never going to get Caleb back as his man bro again. Not after that comment. Maddie will see to it. When she hears what he said about her husband, oh, Maddie's not the kind that plays. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. And I love that he dissed Tony because Tony continues to defend him, on and off, defend him and Robin. Well, he always defends Robin, and he defends Cody on and off. I'm really looking forward to the Wednesday night review of when we covered this, which will be next week because we're always a week behind. Yeah, craziness. They'll probably be talking over it. They won't even hear him say it. All right, I got to go. I got to get into the other stream. Good to see you all. I love you, sister friends. All right, take care. Adios. Goodbye. All the stuff, all the things. I'll see you next time.
I remember when Sonny and Cher got divorced when I was 6, and it rattled me.
I had a lover in college, and it was a little tryst. I was a naughty boy. I had a dirty thought, and I thought David and I should go on a guys trip together.
I might have to agree. That would be cool.
I just thought, no.
David out on a guy's weekend.
Yeah, that's just, it would be cool.
Oh, he was kind of up for it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Things that make you go,